Okay guys, welcome to Picture Book Drama, where it is everything in entertainment. I am your host, Sean, your video and comic guru. Welcome to part 2 of my 3-part Civil War miniseries review, and this is going to be The Game Changer. Alright guys, welcome back. I am your host, Sean, your video and comic guru, and as I said before, this is the second of 3-part review on the Civil War miniseries. You saw my part 1, where it was basically the catalyst, what got it going, how it started building. Well, I'm going to be reviewing issues 3, 4, and 5 of Civil War, and as I said in the intro, this is what I call the game changer, what really makes people switch sides. You saw, like, in part 1 where we see the superheroes are divided. The New Warriors are a part of a disastrous mission which ends up getting a lot of people killed, which causes the world wanting the superheroes to answer for what they do. So the President and S.H.I.E.L.D. come up with a Superhero Registration Act to get all the superheroes registered so that they're all under the U.S. government and they can be controlled. Well, we saw in part 1, one of the biggest things that happened is Spider-Man joins Tony Stark's team, but not only does he join their team, he reveals his identity on live TV. And that's kind of where we left off with that last review. Well, with issue 3, that carries over, that continues. We get to see Black Panther and Reed Richards talking about there's going to be problems from this. You know, not everything's going to work out perfectly, and Black Panther even tells Reed Richards, hey, your wife is pissed at you at this point. You know, you're keeping secrets from her. You're not telling her everything. You need to talk to her, otherwise things are going to get bad. We see Tony Stark talking to Emma Frost at the Xavier Institute, trying to get the X-Men on his team, where she just basically just says, hey, why am I going to help you? Where were you when, you know, all the mutants were being attacked by the Sentinels and we were being hunted down? We were put into camps, and you know, you weren't there. M-Day, where all the mutants got massacred, we never once had you guys help us out. We are not going to be a part of this. If Wolverine wants to help you out, that's fine. That's Wolverine. But the X-Men are saying neutral. You cannot register us. We will not be a part of it. You come after us, we come after you, type thing. They kind of just get left to the side on this, which I'm kind of disappointed about, because I wanted to see some of the dynamics where Beast would be, where Storm would be, whose side would take whose. Because I would think Beast would be with Tony Stark while Storm would be with Cap. So I was kind of disappointed we didn't get that. But we also get to see the first confrontation between Cap's Resistance and Iron Man's Registration Act team. And it starts off very peacefully, you know. Captain America's Resistance team is shown that they have new identities thanks to Nick Fury. A call where they hear about someone being attacked, that there's a situation, and they're like, hey, we are still heroes, we can't avoid it. So Captain America, I believe it's Hawkeye, Goliath, and Hercules are all sitting there trying to go over their new identities when they hear this call for help. Well, when they show up, it turns out that it was actually a trap by Tony Stark. So a bunch of Captain America's team gets taken out, like Wiccan and some other people. They get tranquilized, so they can't work. So some of their big hitters are already taken down. Well, Cap and Tony start talking. And Tony's like, look, dude, S.H.I.E.L.D. is giving me a chance to give you one last chance at, amnesty. Please, we don't need this. We don't want to fight. And Cap is like, I don't want to fight you, Tony, but I don't believe in this. I think it's wrong that you're forcing people to take a side. We should be doing this of free will. We've been doing this of free will since we started, and we put our lives on the line every time we go out. Why should we have to register ourselves to do that? And Tony Stark is like, look, I don't want to fight you. I want us to still be friends. And he extends his hand in a sign of friendship. He's like, please, let's just talk. you see Tony, or you see Steve Rogers looking at his hand, and he looks up at him and he shakes his hand. But you notice as he's getting ready to shake his hand, he has some little device on it. So when he shakes Iron Man's hand, he puts a disruptor on his armor, shorting him out temporarily, which just starts a big fight. We see Spider-Man is there, Invisible Woman, Goliath, Daredevil, Falcon, Cloak and Dagger. It's a ton of superheroes fighting, and it gets brutal quick. We see Goliath grow large. She starts attacking people. Spider-Man doesn't want to fight anybody. Spider-Man is pleading with Captain America, please, we don't want to fight. We're friends. Why do we have to do this? Iron Man just like, you know what, screw this. He just comes in full force and just starts beating the hell out of Captain America, because let's face it, Captain America is strong, but Iron Man's hitting you with armor. You're getting your ass handed to you. And he at first, Tony's, and Cap are going toe to toe, but Iron Man having all these weapons on there, he gets the upper hand. He starts beating them down, and we just suddenly see that he's about to get taken in. The resistance is slowly falling, when suddenly this big crack of thunder hits, and out of nowhere, Thor appears. Everybody's confused by this, because at this point in the comic books, Thor's dead. Thor died a couple of months prior to this. So who or what is this? We don't know. That's how that third issue ends. Now going into the fourth issue, we immediately start right there with this Thor person standing before them, and everyone's confused, like what the hell's going on? But we do know that this person is on Tony Stark's side, so this is making it very lopsided. Everybody's losing. The place is getting decimated. Thor is just regulating on everybody. So they are saying, retreat, we need to get out of here. Cap's down, he's hurt bad, we need to hurry up. And Patriot's like, hey, we can't just leave our guys here. What's going on? And Cable's like, kid, you gotta know when to turn and retreat. If you want to stay here, fine, but otherwise we're getting the hell out of here. And as we're trying to leave, the Tony Stark's team is stopping them. They're like, we're not letting you go. Either you're with us or you're going to prison. And suddenly this shield pops up, an invisible shield. We don't know what's going on. Now I could have this particular part wrong. I think this actually comes a little bit later, so I'm actually going to skip to one big important part that I think leads to Sue putting out that invisible shield, which is as they're trying to run, Goliath is like, well, I will stay here to give you guys time to leave because we have a lot of casualties and you guys are going to need cover to get out of here. And as he says that, Thor is standing right in front of him. Suddenly Thor's hammer starts crackling, shoots a big ass bolt of lightning straight through Goliath's chest, right through his heart, killing him immediately. This is the first death of Civil War. Unfortunately, it wouldn't be the last, but it was the one that changed everything, hence why I call it a game changer. Everybody just stops because we're like, Thor has never been this cold-blooded ever. What is going on? He literally just killed someone. He's getting ready to turn on everybody else. That's when we get to see a shield pop up, and Invisible Woman shields Cap's resistance team long enough for them to escape. Everybody is just standing, on Tony's team, just standing there looking stupid. They're like, what the hell happened? Who is this? And suddenly we see Reed Richards may say this code, and Thor shuts down. Turns out it's a clone. Iron Man had been keeping a strand of Thor's hair since the first time he met him. Who the hell does that? He actually had Thor's DNA on file to make a clone of him. Unfortunately, the clone just didn't have any type of any of Thor's sensibilities, or Donald Blake, or any of the other identities that Thor has had over the years. So this is just a blank slate, almost robot monster. So they shut him down, and you see Spider-Man is standing there like, what happened? Aren't we supposed to be the good guys? How could this have happened? Sue Storm is pissed off. She's like, what did you do? How could you do this? How come I didn't know about this? It's literally just stopping everybody. Nobody knows what to do. We cut to Captain America's resistance bunker, where he's getting bandaged up because he's fucked up. His leg is broken, face is all mangled, ribs are cracked. They're patching him back up. And he's basically telling them, we can't stop. You know, it's like they killed Goliath, they have crossed the line. Now we know they're willing to kill us to get this started. We have to stop them. And we get to see division on Cap's team. Nighthawk and Cassie, who I forgot what her name is. Cassie Lang is the daughter of Ant-Man. She's the exact opposite. She grows. Her stature. Her name is Stature. So Stature and Nighthawk, and then one other person, and I forgot who that is, decide they're done. They can't do this anymore. So they leave. They're like, we have to get out of here. You know, how can this go on? And eventually we find out that Nighthawk and Stature go over to Tony Stark's side. They say, we want to be heroes, and to be heroes, if that means being registered, so be it. Because Stature said it best. He said, I went into this to fight bad guys, not good guys. So she leaves Resistance with Nighthawk. I mean, all hell's breaking loose. We cut again to see Goliath, whose real name is Ben Foster. We see his funeral, and he's still a giant size. They killed him when he was giant. He never shrank down. And you can see that Peter Parker is standoffish to everybody else, and Reed Richards notices it, you know, and it's just the building block to the biggest change in this book, which is you see Iron Man and Spider-Man talking, and they're like, Spider-Man's like, this isn't what I signed up for. You told me this was to help people, not kill people. We just killed one of our own. You know, someone else resists, are we gonna kill them? And on top of it, now we're recruiting villains. I mean, Iron Man recruited the the Thunderbolts, you know, Bullseye, Taskmaster, all these real big level villains are now a part of the Superhero Registration Act. So now I think all their past deeds have been expunged. So now they get a clean slate just to go and do the one thing they were always doing before, which is attacking heroes. So Spider-Man and Iron Man fight it out very briefly because Iron Man makes a mistake of saying, hey, your identity is known to the world now. You can't just walk away. You know, what about, your wife? What about Mary Jane? What about Aunt May? That pisses Peter off, and he just smacks Iron Man, knocking him across the room. And as he's trying to escape, he tries to jump out the window, but he can't because Tony Stark had all the windows reinforced because he's like, we're superheroes being attacked by villains all the time. I reinforced the glass. Spider-Man actually smacked himself right into the glass. But just as Iron Man is about to approach him, S.H.I.E.L.D. agents come in the room and start attacking Spider-Man, shooting the window out, allowing Spider-Man to escape. We quickly cut to S.H.I.E.L.D. and Maria Hill is putting out an order to arrest Spider-Man, even though Iron Man is saying, let me talk to him, let me have another chance. Maria Hill says, request denied, we're going after him. He says he's against us, then we have to take him down. And sure enough, we see all these villains hunting Spider-Man down. He's running through the sewer. His suit is damaged beyond belief because he's been fighting all these guys. Again, Bullseye, the Jester, all the Thunderbolts, they're all fighting right now. And they got him down. They find a way to neutralize his armor, probably thanks to Tony Stark. And just as they're about to come in for the kill, you suddenly see the Jester get his eye blasted out. I mean, get just shot out. And all the other villains around him are getting taken out. And the rest, not knowing who it is, disappear. And we suddenly see we cut to the Avengers, or I should say, let me slow down. We go to Captain America's Resistance bunker, and they're trying to decide what to do next. That they have a couple of plans in store, because now we find out the Invisible Woman and the Human Torch switch sides. Well, the Human Torch was never really on anybody's side. He was actually in the hospital up to this point. He and Sue Storm leave Reed. Sue leaves him a letter saying, I love you, but you've lied to me. Your morals have been compromised. You're willing to fight your own friends, people who are like your brothers, for what? One of our own is dead, and now you haven't learned anything from it. Fix your mistakes, otherwise I will never come back. So now she's a part of Captain America's Resistance. So you can see people just bouncing back and forth. And as they're talking about it, the Punisher pops up, and he's carrying a bloody Spider-Man in his arms. Talking about, in perfect military form, medic, give me a medic. I love that, great drawing, and I said Steve Niven, it's Steve McNiven, if I made a mistake in the first one, so I do apologize for that. But the thing I love the best is nobody on Cap's team wants the Punisher there. They're all like, we're not taking him, this guy's nuts, why are we going to have this guy here? And we get to see that dynamic of, even though we are an underground resistance, we don't want a psychotic killer on our team. So just great stuff going on, and to see those people take the different sides and people switching. I mean, we get to see all these things, and the thing is, even through all this, Iron Man himself is having doubts. He thinks what they're doing overall is right. It's just, unfortunately, the consequences of the actions of others is making him think, well, I know I'm doing the right thing, but how can I live with it? So I'm loving all this stuff. The way they're doing this, the way they're carrying everything over. Unbelievable. I mean, come on. I mean, these books right here are great. But that's going to be it for this part. I will finish this off with my final review of issue 6 and 7. That basically shows the end game. We had the catalyst of what started it all, the game changer here, and then end game coming up. So stay tuned. Don't forget, I will be dropping a phase 3 trailer update. Basically, that's just going to be showing all the trailers that lead us up to and beyond Civil War, because that will be debuting this week. But until then, I am Sean, your video and comic guru. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please hit that like and subscribe button down there. And don't forget, I am on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Tumblr. Trying to get my Behance.net website up right now. But I also have a Kickstarter campaign going right now. So please hit that link right here. Check it out. I definitely need your help to get Picture Book Drama to get to a better, higher standard. I want to get some new lights, a better computer. Anything that, that is donated to the Kickstarter fund will 100% be going into this project. It's not going to be for my outside funds. It's not to buy me a car. Everything is for Picture Book Drama. So thank you so much, guys, and I will see you part 3. Peace.